Hey everybody, Jo here. Thanks so much for popping in today. As always, I'm looking forward to spending some time with you. Now, today we're going to have a play with this. Well, I sort of made up a bit of a new technique last night, didn't I? So if you remember, we created this design yesterday with the lovely Mary stamp. But on the back, I created just a little design, and I just happened to comment with the 3 colours of VersaFine Clay, how it was an ombre effect, which is just colour going light to dark or dark to light in colour tones. And because I'd used 3 different browns, we had this ombre effect. And I said, oh, ombre stamping, you know, like you do one of those sort of happy accidents, these words that come out. And I thought it'd be good to invent a new technique. Now, I don't know, somebody may have done it before. I certainly haven't heard of it before, but I think we'll have fun with it. And this, so I went away and had a play, and this is the design I've come up with. And I just love the way we have those 3 different colour tones. And as always, I've got something on the back and permanent stamping on the envelope. But before I show you how I made that, I thought I'd just show you my little play, sort of how things went in my head. So I started off with an A6 piece of card, and I used those same 3 brown colours. Now I will list all the different VersaFine Clay colours, even the ones for these samples, not just the one we're going to make today. And I went for my lovely wild poppy stamp, and I stamped them in an ombre fashion, and again with the sentiment. And I quite liked that, but I wanted to keep playing. So I then went for my blues. Now in my blues, I've actually got 5 ink pads going from light to dark. So I stamped them, and I thought that looked a bit fuller. I preferred that. Ombre on the sentiment, and I added Della Blue and the moon mask. And I thought, yes, this design's really coming together. So then I thought, what if we use just one larger stamp, but the different ink pads? So I went to my lovely floral wreath stamp, and this was just on an off-cut look. Oh, and I loved this. And all I've done is stamped the 3. So like with my sentiment, which we'll do in a minute, I put the lighter colour first, then the medium, then the dark. Now I thought for a quick, if you needed a quick, that could be stunning. Put a little bow there, and you know what? Lovely design. Now you could add more colour here if you wanted, or just leave it like that. So just adore this. Now the design I'm going to make today, these are the colours. So I think it's an ideal time to look through your VersaFine Clay colours and see what ombres you can create. So I've used Monarch for my dark, Hawthorn Rose for my medium, and Lilac Bloom for my light, just so I get that sort of contrast. Now I must apologise about my voice today. I'm struggling a bit with it today, but you know, please, just if it goes a bit funny, I've got some water, so let's hope we can get by. So if I sound a bit funny, it's one of those things. 5.5 inch piece of square card, multifarious card, and for this one I'm using the Wild Summer Flowers. And with this having 2, the large and the small, I thought it just added a bit more interest. So we'll start with Lilac Bloom, and I like to go light to dark because it doesn't matter as much then about cleaning your stamps. So we'll put the first one here. And then I'm going to come in with the smaller one, same colour, but I'm going to do a 1st and 2nd generation. And that just mixes up those colour tones a little. So we'll have 1st generation there, 2nd generation there. So the next colour, Hawthorn Rose. And this sort of has a bit of a pinky tinge, but I like that. I think, as I say, it just mixes up the colours a bit. Nice little tones. And I would just want to make sure that my stem, but I want this one taller, so it gives a nice shape. But just check that stem at the base. If ever you stamp it too high and you've got a gap there, top tip, re-ink and just add the 2. And honestly, you'll be fine. Bit of pastel pencil round for shading, nobody will ever notice. Right, so middle colour again, and we'll do a 1st and 2nd generation. So I'm thinking 1st we can go here, and second we'll bring over there. And then our deepest colour, the monarch. So we'll angle this one here. Now this, I may just stamp once, the others have added a second, but I don't want to overcook this side. So I'm thinking, I'm just going to come in, I think it'll look nice with that there, because I just want to keep that overall shape. And I'm happy with that shape. What do you think? I think it would look too much if I tried to squeeze another in. I want to keep that beautiful simplicity. So now for the sentiment. So this is from the Heartfelt Verses, and I love this. Simple birthday wishes. Now this is where you have to think, when it's stamped, the B is the lightest colour, the wishes is going to be the darkest colour. So I'll go for my first colour and ink the whole sentiment. Then the middle colour, remember B is going to be light because it's the opposite way around when you stamp it. So we'll come over this side, and then the last little bit over the S with our monarch, our darker colour, will just catch that edge. And then hopefully when we stamp it, we've got that lovely birthday wishes, and it goes with the same three colours. So we'll give that a blot. Once you get your head round that, I mean, I know some of you are probably saying, you know, it's easy what you're thinking about, but I get tempted to put my colours on the opposite way round, but I think that's probably just me. So, moon mask now, and I'm thinking possibly somewhere here. I'm just going to turn it round because I always find it easier to do it upside down. I'm going to come in with violet chalk, and always in the lid. Now mine's a well-used ink pad, so mine's a lovely light colour, but do check if you've got a new ink pad. Obviously they're so high in pigment, these elements, they're beautiful, but do just check, and you may want to make sure you definitely blend it in the lid first, because I really don't want to add too much colour to this. Move that away, and then I'm not going to add any more ink, so we'll pop the lid on. But with the ink that's on my brush, I'll turn it round so you can see. I just want to add a little bit down here, but again, almost go into that ombre, go into that. If you've got any harsh edges where you think it's a bit full on colour, just use that ink that's left on your brush and use your brush to just blend it out, look. And there we go. So if I can bring that a bit closer for you. So can you see how we're just blending, almost like that ombre, from darker all the way down here to almost nothing at all? And I just think that's lovely. So quick, simple, but effective. And again, if you make birthday cards for friends, you know, and you make them every year, it's nice because it's a bit different to what you've possibly done last year. So I'm going to come in with my yellow sparkle Posca. Now you could add some glitter on these wild summer flowers, but I'm just thinking a little bit of this lovely sparkly Posca just where those flowers, and there we go. So for me, a lovely, quick, simple, but so effective. And as I say, I think we're going to be calling this Ombré Stamping. What do you think? I love it when we make things up. I say we, because I blame you lot as well, you know, because you get in my head. So there we go. And don't forget, do you fancy having a go at this? I'm thinking I'm going to go away now and look in my box of stamps and see how many other stamps. I've already got a couple in mind that I think will work really well with this. And I'm going to look at my colours because I think I can get some other. I'm thinking of a yellow and orange type. Oh, can't wait. Anyway, I hope you have fun with this technique. Get your stamps out, your VersaFine clairs out, and have a good play. And please share, because you'll inspire each other. And you know what? This is such a fun technique. If Mr. Mojo's gone, And I know he does, he's a bit of a tinker, he goes on holiday, especially this time of year, especially if there's all these little bugs going around. So to entice him back, get your inks out, your stamps out, and have a go at this. Honestly, I'm sure he'll come back. So you take care. Thanks as always for popping in. Much love and hugs from me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.